Hey everybody, it's SQEE Jvanny here with a guide for the Guardians of the Rift minigame. There's some updates, and I just recently started playing this, so I wanted to make a guide. I've been having a lot of fun playing this. It's a very fun minigame to train a very not fun skill. We're going to get right into it because I just ended one match. We're going to get into another one. So once you get into this barrier here, you're going to spawn over here if you use the minigame teleport. You want to cross this barrier. First thing you want to do is take uncharged cells. You want to take 10, which is the max you could take. And then assemble your inventory like this. You bring any root pouches you have, and then bring a chisel, and then weight reducing gear, or if you have the Varric armor that gives you the mining bonus, wear that, and then a pickaxe. A pickaxe is essential, so don't forget that. Here we're going to wait for the game to start. There's a little countdown in the chat box here. So once that gets down to 0, we can start mining the large guardian remains. And we could do that for 2 minutes. So to get down here, you need to have 56 agility to climb this rubble. If you don't have 56 agility, I recommend mining over here. The guardian remains, they're called. You don't want to mine, actually, yeah, you can mine any of these guardian remains. Don't mine the guardian parts unless you don't have the mining level required, but I would imagine that you would. Go to the guardian remains. So next here, you want to mine and gain as many fragments as you can. So we have 2 minutes of mining before the minigame actually starts and the portal's open to start crafting. I like to wait until about 20-25 seconds remaining at my mining level, which is 41. If you have a higher mining level, you could get away with leaving a little bit earlier. I see a lot of people leaving around 45 seconds remaining. That'll probably give you as much fragments as you need. But as you play more games, you'll see how many fragments you need. If you're running out too early, stay here longer. If you have a bunch at the end left over, you could probably leave earlier. So the dragon pickaxe special attack does work here, so if you have it and you have the mining level required, bring it and use it. And you'll see the majority of people using that here, and you'll probably see those with high mining levels leaving a little early. But that's okay. We're going to wait here. We're not going to waste any time at all. So I will get into the elemental energy and the catalytic soon. Just know that you want to keep them balanced, okay? So keep that in your head. So we're running up on that 20 seconds now. We're going to climb up this rubble and try to be pretty efficient here because we're running on a tight time schedule in order to make the portal on time, and I'll talk about that more once we get there. So go to this workbench here. You're going to chisel the fragments into essence, so don't forget your chisel. Right here, by the way, while we're here, is a deposit pool. So after you craft your runes, come over here, just tap this, left click, and it will automatically put them in your bank. So it'll free up inventory space. So definitely recommended. So the portal's opened up, and we are starting off with air and nature for the elemental and catalytic. I'm going to try to get over to the natures, but I don't think I'm going to get there in time. So yep, might just have to wait for the next best one, cosmic. So I'm going to head over to the cosmic one. I mentioned balancing points, and the reason why I prioritize cosmic so quickly there is because I have more elemental points than I have catalytic now, and you balance them because you can only search the guardian, which I'll talk about after, as many times as you have even points. So you need to have 1 elemental and 1 catalytic to search the guardian once. If you have 20 elemental and 0 catalytic, guess what? You're searching them 0 times. So bring your essence to the guardian and power him up, and then we're going to head over to the portal really quickly because we don't want to miss this. You can see a timer in the top left here for that. So I didn't deposit my runes. That's just because I didn't have enough time for it. But normally you would if you can make the portal and deposit your runes. Do that because you can hold an extra one. So you can see here we have a medium cell. I'll talk about that once we get to put it down. Right now it looks like the cosmic altar is open again, so I'll just hit that up and craft the same way we do. Is pretty self-explanatory. These are actually the live altars, so if anybody's doing regular rune crafting, you'll see them pop up here too. Not that many people are probably doing it on this world, but just a fun little tip. So head back here. We're gonna have a little more time here so we could be more casual about powering up the guardian. So I like to do it in this order. I power up the guardian, and then you want to drop the cells over here, one of these green pads. Try to pick one that isn't fully healed up because you'll get XP. You'll get 100 runecrafting XP for a medium cell. There's 4 different tiers of cells, and I'll pop up a table here to talk about them. But pretty much you get different runecrafting experience for them, and also you get points, elemental and catalytic points. Obviously, the higher tier you get more points and more experience. But if you place it on a barrier that has full health already, you don't get the experience. You'll still get the points, but you don't get the experience. So I wouldn't recommend waiting for a barrier to need healing, but if you notice that there's one when you need to go deposit the cells, I would definitely target it. So here we're wrapping up on our first inventory. So we're crafting. So notice we're developing a pattern here. It's easy to remember because if you do it correctly, you should have 1 inventory of crafting, 1 inventory of portals. You can see a lot of runes here because people don't like their earth runes, I guess. They're dropping them. So just crafting like normal. So we crafted here. So the next one we could hope is the portal, and we could see it just opened here. So I'm going to try to deposit my cell in time. Let's see if we could do this. Actually, might be able to deposit the runes in time as well. I want to get max inventory spaces. Yep. So there's 4 locations for the portal to pop up. Southwest, south, which is this one. Southeast, and then east. So you'll catch on very quickly because everybody runs over to them and you won't miss it. Even if you don't see the call out in the chat box here, you'll see a big wave of people moving towards that area, and you'll just know that the portal's open. So just keep an eye out for that. The portal will be open 3 times during each mini game. So if you're doing it like I'm explaining in this video, you should be able to do 7 inventories total. So right now we have the air and the blood altar open. I don't have the rune crafting to do blood, so that's why I'm going to the air altar. I only have up to laws right now, but obviously do the best rune that you can. I mean, this could be a money maker potentially as well. I mean, if you hit all of the good runes, you can probably make, I've seen up to 1 mil an hour, which I'm surprised about. But I guess if you're counting the guardian rewards as well, it could really probably be up there. So right now we just out of the portal. We have some extra time before, actually no, I'm messing up. See, it's easy to flip-flop. So we went from the portal, so now we need to craft. So just crafting our fragments. See, it looks like we might be a little short once we get to our last inventory, but that's okay. If I had a higher mining level, that wouldn't be the case, but you get a little bit of mining experience as you play this game. It's just very small, but slowly you'll level up. Already. So law altar is open. I don't think I'll make it there in time. Let's see what we have. All right, earth. You can see my energy here. So I'm at 176 earth and 172 catalytic. I meant to say elemental, not earth. So I mentioned points, and points is how you search the guardian at the end. The points is calculated at the end of each game by every 100 points that you get 1 point. But if you say have 150, you will get 1 point, and then you have a 50% chance of getting another one. And then if you have 175, you have a 75% chance of getting the other one. So it has like it rolls the dice based on how close you are to the next 100th of a level. So here we're in the portal for the last time this game. We're just gonna mine a full inventory. Been getting kind of unlucky with the altars. I would have loved like some natures or laws, but they didn't really work out with me. Looks like we're going to end up in the earth altar, actually. So after this, we're going to have 12 fragments left. And depending on the guardian power, we might mine some fragments. I'll explain the timing in a second once we craft these runes. So do your last batch of portal essence. Send over to the guardian, and keep an eye on the guardian's power here. So the game ends at 100%. So I'll show you what I go by. So I'm going to mine until about 93. So it'll happen very quickly, but we might probably get a few extra fragments out of this. All right, I'm going to start up a little bit early. And then I'm going to craft here. And the goal here is we're not going to be able to get that many runes, but we will get the cell. So I want to get the highest cell I can get, the overcharged cell, which comes from the fire altar. Of course, we get really unlucky here because the air altar gives you a weak cell, and the body altar also gives you a weak cell. So I was hoping that we'd get a fire altar, which gives you overcharged, or earth again, which give you a strong, but we got unlucky. So we're just going to wrap up here. We are going to put our cell down. So the game's at 100% here, but they give you the extra like 20 or so seconds remaining to deposit any cells that you have. So don't panic once the game is over. You still have a few more seconds to get all of your points in. And after this, timer hits 0, you'll see the XP drop. Cool. All right, so normally if you just want to play another game, you'd stay in here, but I'm going to explain the rewards. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to pass this barrier and talk about the reward. So here in the chat box here, it says the amount of rifts you close, 30. So I've played 30 total games. Elemental energy attuned, that just means gained. So we got 3 elemental and 2 catalytic energy, which brings my total up to 10 elemental and 9 catalytic. So remember that this guardian right here, the rewards guardian, you can only search them once per 1 elemental and 1 catalytic. So we could search them 9 times. So we're just going to search them now. You could check here, and if you didn't just end a game, gives you some quick stats and see how many times you could search right there. Does the calculations for you if you don't want to do it. But we're going to search here. There's some uniques you can get. Haven't gotten any yet, but we'll see what we get. Majority of the rewards will be talismans, runes, and you also want these pearls. So the pearls will get you the rune crafting armor, which I will talk about once we're done searching. And that was quick. Okay, so pearls, abyssal pearls. With the abyssal pearls, you can go over to Apprentice Felix and trade. And then here you could buy the gear. So this is probably the most coveted armor from this mini game. So I'll show you the values here in the chat box. So they're pretty hefty, and the drop rate for the abyssal pearls, I believe, is 1 in 7. And you get around like 10 to 20 per reward. So it's going to take you a while, but the total bonus for the armor is really good. So if you have all 4 pieces, you have a set bonus of 60% extra runes from rune crafting, which also works in the mini game. Each piece is 10%. So if you can recommend buying the cheapest one possible, because they're all a static 10%. So start with the boots, go to the robe bottoms, then the top, and then the hat. So and then once you get it combined, all 4 pieces, you get the 60% bonus. So you get an extra 20%. And the last thing I'll mention here, so portals or pouches do degrade. You want to make sure that once your pouches degrade, you're probably going to have to miss a game to repair them, but it's totally worth it because it'll make your XP and points go up dramatically. So step out to repair. And also a little thing here, so this barrier, there's already enough, you can't join a match mid-game. You have to wait till the game is over. So once the game starts, it'll show a percentage here. We'll just wait till it shows. But you could check how much, you have to peek to show how much percentage the Guardian has left. So if you're waiting for the game to start and you don't know how long you want to wait, just peek here on the barrier and it'll show you how much percentage the Guardian is to being full power. And then also when the game is about to start, so the last game ends, a lot of people will leave. There's going to be a slight delay before you could go in, but there's a cap on players. So there's only 200 players allowed. So just make sure you spam click this barrier like so, and you'll definitely get in. And if you don't get in the first try, people will trickle out for the first minute or so. So you can just pop in there. And that wraps it up. If you like this guide, let me know. Also, it's a little bit different from the content on my channel. So we did all COD videos up until then, but I haven't been playing much COD. I've been playing a lot of RuneScape, so decided to switch it up, and I've been having a lot of fun with this mini game. So I hope you enjoyed this guide. It's a little quick how-to, just things that I've picked up from playing this mini game for the past few days or so. Leave a like and subscribe, and let us know if you want to see more RuneScape content. SQEE Jvanny out.